my future me is depending on my present me to be awesome. You know what's crazy? Is that your brain will tell you 400 lies before breakfast. I was sitting in my house getting ready for work today, and mine told me 467. All right, so I have to get up early, like 4 a.m. to get to work on time. I'm about 20 minutes away from work, which is crazy. It's because of the traffic. Anyways, it was about 5 a.m. and I don't know what was going on today, but I was just having a bunch of negative thoughts. And honestly, I probably could have filled about 3 pages in a book with just the thoughts that were going through my head. So like the thoughts were like, I'm not doing enough. I'm not saving enough. I'm not spending enough time with my family. I'm not reading enough. And these are just different thoughts that my brain was coming up. Because these are things that I want to accomplish, right? These are things that I've set out to accomplish. And just because the way life has been going, haven't been able to do it. And it's been bothering me. I'm not going to hold you. It's been bothering me, right? And so I have set up time to go do those things, and then other stuff would happen, or I would set a time to do something and I would delegate an activity for someone else to do. They won't do it, or I got to go behind them and fix it. And I'm talking about from contractors to people who are paid to do a certain thing, like lawyers or tax people, different things like that. And I have to be a project manager. So it takes away from my ability to just do the things that I want to do. And that's what I was kind of dealing with this morning. And it's been bothering me for a while, right? But here's the funny thing. These were the same thoughts I had 2 weeks ago, the same thoughts I had 3 weeks ago, the same thoughts I had a month ago, and so on and so forth. And they're just on repeat. And so then I started realizing, like, why do I keep going back to these things? Some of them are accomplished. Some of them will honestly I just don't have the bandwidth to do. I've been trying to force myself to do them. And so then I started doing some deep thinking, and I realized that it was my brain. Your brain is meant to protect you. It has a governor on it. And whenever your brain is wired to avoid danger. It's wired to avoid hard things, right? That's kind of how it's wired. And so anytime you come into conflict with things that you're trying to do, your brain is automatically going to say, hey, you don't got to worry about that, or hey, don't do that, or hey, do something else, procrastinate. At least my brain does. And so what I realize is that it is doing what it's supposed to do. It is trying to protect me, right? But what I realize is that in its protection, it's also hindering me. It's keeping me from doing the things that I know that I need to do, that I have the ability to do. I may not have the bandwidth. The funny thing is that I have to fight with my inner self on a lot of different things, where my spirit might want to do something, but my flesh might be like, oh, that's too hard. Oh, I just want to give up. Oh, I don't want to do that right now because I'd rather sit and watch Netflix and go to sleep, because your brain is wired to do that. And so I find myself on this constant battle, this daily struggle, this daily choice, because it's a daily choice, to tell my brain, or rather my imagination, to shut up and let me do what I'm here to do. And I say imagination because imagination is going to do one of two things. It's going to do two things. It's going to imagine with you, or it's going to imagine without you. And it requires, when it imagines without you, your imagination just, it creates thoughts and it creates feelings, and it creates a narrative, because that's what it's there to do. It is a creative entity, and it is up to you to direct it. If you don't give it direction, it will direct you. And so what I do is I have to wrangle my imagination and put it in its proper place and guide it. I don't want to be on the safe track, because being on the safe track means you don't get stuff done. Means that you let life pass you by. I'm trying to get stuff done. I'm on a mission. And there's things that I need to do, and there's people depending on me. There's family depending on me, and I'm depending on me. My future me is depending on me. And I want my future me to be able to look up and be like, man, I'm so glad you did that. Instead of, man, I wish you wouldn't have done that. Or, man, I wish you would have just taken more time to do the things that you need to do. And so I never want my future me to be disappointed in my past me. And my present me is not disappointed in my past me. So I owe it to my future me to be and do the things that I'm supposed to be doing. And so one of the resolutions that I came up with was whatever my imagination or my mind, whatever you want to use, says do, I'm going to do the opposite. My imagination this morning told me not to sit here and record this video. So what am I doing? I'm sitting here recording this video. I found ways to get around the bandwidth issue by just doing two things at once. I'm actively driving to the office, while I'm recording. Because what else would I be doing besides sitting in traffic? And so this is a time that I can use to talk and get my voice out that I normally would have to myself, but because of circumstances I don't have anymore because I have to drive into work every day. It also says, don't speak up in meetings. I'm going to speak up in the meeting. It says don't apply for these grants so that you can enhance your knowledge because it's going to be more work. Well, I'm going to do it anyways. My future me is depending on my present me to be awesome. And I refuse to let my present me dictate my future outcome in a negative way, right? You only get to be here today for today. After today is gone, you don't get it back. So why would I squander this opportunity for greatness, right? And so I got 3 keys that I kind of use to overcome my imagination, my mind, those thoughts that want to kind of hold me back. Remember the 400 I was talking about. The first thing is we're going to document the pattern. What gets measured gets resolved, right? And so I've been documenting when I have these negative thoughts, what they look like, what I'm feeling like. It's like a thought journal thing, right? And so I document that and I say, okay, on this day I was feeling this. What happened? Why did I feel that way? What was going on? I'm gonna park real quick. What was going on? And what led to that, right? The second thing is I'm gonna take the opposite action. We've already talked about this, but whatever my brain tells me to do that's negative, I'm gonna do the opposite and do the positive. The third thing is I'm gonna create evidence. And once again, we're going back to the journal. It's a wins journal, I'm gonna call it. And so for every time I win, small wins, I woke up and made my bed this morning. That's a win. I accomplished that task that I didn't even think I could accomplish. That's a win. I ate breakfast this morning. That's a win. You don't have to make big wins. They could be little incremental wins because all that stuff builds momentum. And that's what I'm going to do. And that's what I'm currently doing. So for all of you watching, I appreciate your time. Thank you for supporting. And you already know what to do. Until next time, stay motivated.